Y254. Imagine.
Good evening. Thank you so much for making time to join us on this 10th day of October 2017. This is Y254 News Updates and my name is Christine Kiai. Now tonight, being a business day, we will be talking matters technology and business, whereby we are asking you, how is technology propelling the growth of business? How is technology propelling the growth of business? That is our question tonight. Do send in your suggestions, your comments and questions to 22162, beginning with the word news, of course, and find us on Twitter at Y254 channel. The hashtag is Y254 updates. Thank you so much once again for joining us, and we will be having that discussion towards much later on in this news program. And in studio with me is a CEO of Dynamic Era Solutions, Erastus Othiambo, who is going to be telling us a little bit much more about technology and the business. Do stay tuned for that discussion. But right now, let's have a look at some of the stories that are making headlines. Now, children under 5 years in Kenya from next year will receive the malaria vaccine, said to reduce deaths from the disease by 40%. The World Health Organization said the vaccine has the potential of saving 4 children's lives out of 10 possible deaths caused by malaria. Doreen with that story.
Kenya's planning of the malaria vaccine implementation program is on track, with rollout of the vaccine set to begin in 2018. The vaccine could have a considerable impact on public health, as it has been tested and proven to prevent severe malaria by more than 30% in the targeted age group. Global safety experts have made it clear that when 4 doses of this vaccine are provided, the benefits considerably outweigh the risks. The vaccine will be given to children during maternal and child health clinics through a 4-dose approach at ages of 6 months, 7 months, 9 months, and 24 months. This comes as at least 30 people, mostly adults below 40 years, and 4 children have died of malaria in Marsabit and Baringo counties in the past week. Reporting for Y254, I'm Doreen Arange.
Moving on, Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu has now launched a 50 million shilling worth Ndengu planting project in Kitui. The food security project is set to be beneficial to more than 200,000 small-scale farmers in Kitui. Hilda Wathithi with that story.
Tatu, tuachilie atoke. Asanti.
Speaking in Mutumo town, the governor said that the program was in line with her administration's objectives of tackling Kitui County's food, deep-rooted poverty, and economic empowerment of residents through the utilization of locally available resources. She said that among the 3.4 million acres of land available for farming in Kitui, only around 300,000 acres are utilized for farming. The program, which has been implemented jointly with the Kenya Red Cross and dubbed the Ndengu Revolution, seeks to eradicate drought in Kitui County.
Nikifanya campaign zangu ili nichaguliwe kama governor wa Kitui, mimi niliwaelezea ya kwamba hii mambo ya moja tutamaliza hapa Ukambani kwetu, Ukamba wa Kitui. Na niwaambia ya kwamba nitaingia maofisi yote ile nilikuwa naijua nikiwa minister, na nitasaidia tupate usaidizi wa kudumu, si usaidizi wa siku moja, ile tupewe chakula na siku ile nyingine tutakuwa tukiomba chakula. Na ndivyo nilikwambia nataka utusaidie sasa, utupatie mbegu ili mvua hii inakuja tupande vizuri. Kusema kweli, Kitui tunaweza kupanda million acres 3.5, lakini tunafanya tu 10% of that. We only do 300,000 acres, and therefore no wonder we are always famine stricken. We have no food. Kila siku natuona kina mama, wazee hata vijana waendi shule, tukiweka foleni kwa chief.
Ngilu also mentioned that it is estimated that about 4 billion shillings is expected in the county as proceeds after the sale of harvested green grams in 4 months' time.
Ndivyo nasema tukifanya hiyo 400 times 100 tutapata karibu 3.6 billion shillings hapa Kitui. Tukipata 3.6 billion shillings hapa Kitui, sisi tutakuwa tumeiondoa kwa umaskini.
Kenya Red Cross Society Secretary General Dr. Abbas Gule said his organization has set aside 500 million shillings to purchase the produce after the harvest in February, while the governor further revealed her communication with Indian buyers for a direct purchase of the produce from farmers, as opposed to the past where farmers were conned off the sweated produce by cheap brokers.
Sasa hii mbegu ambazo tutawapea leo na kwa hii wiki inayokuja kabla mvua, hii ya dengu, tunasema dengu inafanya vizuri katika hii kaunti yenu. Dengu tunazopeana ni kilo 2. Kilo 2 zinagharimu shilingi 500. Tunasema haufai kulipa hizi 500 mbele, lakini baada ya kupanda ukavuna tukanunua kwako, ni wajibu wako urudishe mkono, useme kwamba zile shilingi 500 ambao ulinikopesha nitawarudishia, chukweni, niwacheni iwe na heshima yangu, nijitegemee mwenyewe.
That farmers will be required to refund the 500 shillings, which is the cost of the seeds upon harvest and after Kenya Red Cross buys the green grams from them. Hilda Wadhithi, Y News.
And just to remind you, our question tonight, how is technology propelling the growth of business? How is technology propelling the growth of business? Do send in your questions, suggestions to 22162, beginning with the word news, of course, and find us on Twitter at Y254 channel. The hashtag is Y254 updates. We will be having that discussion a bit later on in our news. But moving on, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Willie Bett has now announced the ending of the state subsidy on maize flour on October 31st. Moreover, this is an extension from the initially announced mid-October date, CS Rotich had said.
Under the subsidy, a 2-kilogram packet retails at 90 shillings with the 1-kilogram one selling for 47 shillings. Bet says the reason behind the extension is because they want a proper exit plan in order to ensure there is no spike in the cost of flour. He went on to say that an assessment by the Agriculture Ministry showed that new maize stock from the main producing areas of the North Rift region are expected to enter the market at the end of October. The close of the subsidy could provide relief for growers who had opposed its extension beyond the current harvest window, saying such a move would have disestablished the market.
Bank holdings of Mauritius alarming takeover of Chase Bank is coming with possible loss of scores of jobs. The proposed transaction will lead to a transfer of substantial a number of staff and branches of the existing Chase Bank operations, signaling that those not transferred will lose their jobs.
State Bank Mauritius Holdings says that the portion of Chase Bank it will acquire will be merged with its existing operation State Bank in Kenya, which previously traded as Fidelity Commercial Bank. Chase Bank's total staff count stood at about 1,300, according to a prospectus issued for a corporate bond that raised 4.8 billion shillings just before it went into receivership in April last year. The bank said it had 990 employees on permanent contracts and another 369 on temporary employment. Julie Owino, reporting for Y254 Business News.
Right, Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe has created the Ministry of Cybersecurity in his cabinet reshuffle. The president has moved Patrick Chinamasa from the Finance Ministry on Monday to lead a new cybersecurity ministry that will focus on crimes on social media and other websites ahead of an election due year.
Its creation comes after Chinamasa said last month the government will now treat social media as a security threat after accusing users of spreading rumors about shortage of basic goods, which caused panic buying and price increases. The government has been uneasy with social media after activists such as Pastor Ivan Mawararire and his #ThisFlag movement last year used social media to organize a stay-at-home demonstration, the biggest anti-government protest in a decade. Government critics took to Twitter, deriding Chinamasa as new Minister of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp affairs. End of quote. Chinamasa, a lawyer by training, will also be responsible for bringing to Parliament a long-awaited cybercrimes bill that criminalizes false information posted on the internet, revenge porn, cyberbullying and online activity against the government. Chinamasa was appointed finance minister after Mugabe's re-election in 2013, and his move to head the new Ministry of Cybersecurity, Threat Detection and Mitigation was unexpected. For Y254 News Highlights, my name is Abdurazak Ngutia.
Right, thank you so much, Abdul, for that story. Now, we have come to the segment of our discussion. And you know, technology drives most of the things that the youth find interesting, and more so popularly being social media. Some youths have taken up technology to grow their careers and find employment through the platform. Tonight, once again, we are asking you, how is technology propelling the growth of business? How is technology propelling the growth of business? Do send in your comments, questions, suggestions to 22162, beginning with the word news. Find us on Twitter at Y254 channel. The hashtag is Y254 updates. My handle is at Christine Kiai on Twitter and Facebook. Do interact with us as we get into that discussion. I would like to introduce you to my panel tonight. I have Erastus Odhiambo, who is a CEO of Dynamic Era Solutions, and I have Keith Ayodo, who is the IT manager at USAID. Thank you so much for making time to join us tonight.
Thank you.
All right. So I would like us to just get right into it. What is your take on what is your uptake on technology in Kenya, especially amongst the youth? We can start with you, Keith.
I think the uptake is positive. And our youth have approached technology with in a positive way, in which we try out everything new which comes out, and this is influenced by the Western culture. So maybe I might say the only problem which we have is that how we utilize this technology as the youth is not in positive ways. Instead, we post selfies and all that. We don't look at the business perspective of IT. How I as a photographer, let's say, I can use IT to influence my business, or as a marketer and all that. But I can say the uptake is positive by the youth. Yeah.
Right. Right. Erastus, maybe you could also tell us that, as also you're telling us a bit about yourself, because Dynamics Era is your own company. You're an entrepreneur. Yeah.
My name is Erastus Odhiambo. I'm the CEO and the founder of Dynamics Era Solution. This is a company which was founded some 15 years back, and what we do is that we do a lot of research and bring new technology to people, hence the name Dynamics Era. I would say that there is a serious uptake of technology here in Kenya, created by the increased subscription, especially in mobile industry. This is also coming up because of the need to now concentrate of key production lines, as opposed to taking the product to the customer. So we take we let the customer take control of getting their own product, and we concentrate on producing the services. So the uptake is very serious, and in the next few years you will find that even social activities will be technology driven, where you may need not need to even go to the market to get products, but the products will be coming to you through technology.
And what do you think is fueling this?
As I said, it is fueled by the increased mobile technologies, awareness, and also, as I said, it is because of the need to bring to take services to the customers, as opposed to customers coming to get services or products from you. Yes.
Do you think there's, before I would ask what is hindering the cooperation of ICT in business, do you think there's hindrance?
I think I can say hindrance can be in the, say, in our education sector. If you mention the word technology or ICT to the youth, they think about programming and complex stuff in computers. Whereas ICT goes beyond that. I mean, you don't have to be a programming guru to reap from the fruits of technology yourself. So I think that hinders people, it hinders the youth from using technology to do business, maybe become even entrepreneurs. I know a small group of people, let's say YouTube entertainers in Kenya, here in Nairobi, people who do vlogging on their YouTube videos. Some of them being Julio Wino, even there's this guy called James Karanu, and this Gatman, he makes short films. So a few individuals who have discovered the power of technology are utilizing it to the max. But now the hindrance is just people being told that it's really complex, though it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, however, you know, even if you're saying that you don't have to be a guru, but do you feel like the education system right now in Kenya prepares the young people to, you know, be masters kind of, or gurus in ICT for business especially? Erastus.
Sorry?
Right. I'm asking that he said that you don't exactly need to be a guru, right?
Yes.
But you know, somehow in some areas you've got to be a guru. So do you think that the education system in Kenya right now is preparing the young people for the standards actually of the education system is preparing the young people for ICT and business?
I would say so, especially because of the emergence of we can call them technology incubation centers, like the iHub, where young people are allowed to do their own research, and they develop products which are then tested in the incubation centers, then taken to the market. Most of them are taken to the market for free so that they can be embraced. Then later on, now they can now turn into business ventures. Yeah.
All right, so then what can be done to build ICT gurus among the students, other than, you know, the iHubs? What else can be done? And at maybe what particular level? Because, you know, that's like the really advanced level, maybe like from primary school or something.
So I think technology can approach it from, okay, there's this thing which I was taught by one of my lecturers, is that business drives technology. Okay, so now we can look at the talents which the youth have, and now we show them how to use technology to enhance these talents which they have. For example, like artists, we have open source softwares which allow you to draw digital media and create them, and then we also have softwares which allow you to design clothing and such.
Right.
So I think if we introduce them to technology using their talents which they already have, we're able to make a breakthrough and introduce them to this world of IT and how they can use it to make money. Yeah.
Then does it mean that people who don't have much knowledge in technology have a higher chance of booming in business? I felt like that's what you were saying from your statement.
Not in all cases, but in most cases, yes. Trust me, if I gave you a computer and you sat down with it, you'll figure out how to do things, because right now we have something called a graphical user interface these days. So basically it's pictures which guide you in what you're doing. So computers have become much easier to use compared to a long time ago. So right now, I think what you're saying I'm insinuating could be true. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So there is the Ajira platform that was created by the government to, you know, give young people an opportunity to, you know, gain soft skills. It's just like an employment platform. What are your thoughts on the Ajira program, Erastus?
Well, I think it's a very good idea, the Ajira program, because it makes our young people busy. As they're online, they are busy making money and such. But at the same time, I think it is not a very good program, maybe because of the way it has been presented to the people. To me, it makes young people become a very lazy lot just by sitting down and doing things on the internet, because now they look at it as employment, as working for someone and getting paid, as opposed to creating their own employment and now employing people instead to work for them.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe what's your view on that?
I'd like to agree with him. He has a strong point of. I think also the Ajira platform, it gives the youth, they give them a perspective of quick. They think they can make quick money online, and they don't really venture into other parts of IT as it is as a whole. But nonetheless, it's a good start. It's a good start to introducing the youth into IT and what it can do to them. Because personally, I've scrolled through the platform. I haven't used it, but I've gone through it and seen what it entails. And it's a good platform to encourage the youth to try and venture into IT. Yes.
Now, a lot of the youth, they have the knowledge on technology, but they're still scared to get into business. Why is this the case? Erastus.
Okay. Well, I would say that they don't really have the knowledge. You see, nowadays when they have the knowledge to browse or to do some Word or Excel formulas, they say that they have the knowledge. They do not have the knowledge. I think they need to. We have a lot of online documentation which they can use to get knowledgeable, especially in creating business products by themselves. So the youth is not that much knowledgeable unless those who have passed through the institution specifically to do the computer related courses like computer science, computer studies, BBIT and such.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would like you maybe to share some of the experiences as a youth venturing into the world of technology. Some of your experiences, maybe just like one really outstanding experience.
Personally, I can say as an IT student, when I started off, it was kind of discouraging because my first job I was getting 10,000 shillings and I was developing.
So courageous to even say
yes,
that.
I know. Because and then you're making an application worth like 500,000 for someone and you're getting paid 10,000 shillings. So it kind of discourages you at first. Yeah, but then you realize that with technology also you need to have the passion to keep on creating more things that enhance business and makes it. It's like any other career per se or hobby. You need to love it.
You need to love it
to succeed in IT. Yes, just have a passion for it, and no matter what, you'll get through. Yeah.
All right. So, Erastus, what are some of your experiences?
Okay. What I would say is that. I agree with him also. You must have the passion for it. Because even me starting up was a serious uphill task. You remember 2002? I don't know where you were then. 2002 when we were starting up.
Let's not even get into that.
When we were starting up, it was a serious project because no one could understand how you create something they are not seeing, then you charge them for it. Nevertheless, we soldiered on, and what we used to do is that we used to do our research, develop our products, the software solutions, and keep them. We ended up developing more than 30 softwares without any person buying them. So we decided to enter the market. Let us give, even though we have used our effort, we have translated to develop the product, but we gave the software to some of the big companies for free, just for them to at least have an experience of what the software can do to them in terms of business productivity. Then once they get used to it, that's when now we told them, now, since you've gotten used to it, now give us back our product. But you see, they have gotten used to it, so they don't want to give you back. So it's like you're forcing them to now pay you because you withdraw it.
A leap of faith.
Yeah, because when you withdraw it, now They go down because they've gotten so much attached to it.
Okay.
So we use that that trick to get into the market.
All right.
Yeah.
So as we wind up, because time is not on our side, what field of technology, giving the advice to people, what field of technology would you ask or encourage the young people to venture into?
I can tell
Briefly.
them they can start with entertainment. I mean, everybody can entertain someone somewhere.
Okay.
So YouTube, you can have your own blog site, write your stories and stuff. That's a good stepping stone.
Okay, Erastus, which particular field would you tell someone to venture into?
Mobile apps, and because of the security situation in our country, I would also urge young people to look into solutions which are able to enhance the security situation in the country. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Erastus and Keith, for joining us tonight and giving us sharing your knowledge on that particular topic. We do thank you very much for coming through. That, of course, marks the end of our bulletin tonight. We thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. I've been your host, Christine Kiai. Thank you and have a good night.